Fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on Facebook. Cloud. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one incredibly awesome and super cool ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on YouTube. Tonight we have with us Mr. Carl Wade. He drives a sprint car. So welcome to the show, Carl.
Hey, thank you, Josh. Good to see you.
So, Carl, let's talk about how your racing career began. How did it all start for you?
About back when Amy was alive, that was a long story. I mean, we went up to the Mankato to go shopping, and I took a left and went and bought a modified. Went and looked at a modified, and Amy wasn't happy about that. But
yeah,
so I raced B mods for about 7 years, I suppose, and she said racing are the family, so I quit racing. Then I haven't raced for about 15 years, I suppose. And after Amy passed, I just said I told myself I'd be in a sprint car by the time I was 50, and I got a sprint car and got her on the track last year at the end of the season for a ride and drive up Cedar Lake. We got up there, I probably made 3 laps, and it started raining.
Okay.
So, and then this year I got her going, and so far finished all my races.
Okay, very cool. So, Carl, how much success have you had as a race car driver?
Well, like I said, I not very much when running that B mod. I just was trying to do it myself, and it takes money sometimes. And
oh yeah,
now I feel like I've won every race right now because I've finished every race so far.
That's good. At least you're building on your racing career. That's the big thing. You got to keep building on that racing career. So, Carl, let's talk now. Okay, what's the story behind your race car number?
Oh, C4.
Yes.
Well, I was number 4 in hockey all my life.
Okay.
I played hockey ever since I was knee high, and
okay.
I was number 4. And then when I started racing the B mod, there was other number 4 cars out there. So I thought, well, I was gonna be 4C, but then I was like 4C, that kind of, I don't know. Then C4, I was like, well, that's kind of like dynamite, explosive. But then I got thinking about it, and I'm the 4th sibling in my family, and my name's Carl. It starts with a C, so I'm sticking with that story right now.
Okay.
Because I don't like it when I blow up an engine and the announcer goes, "Oh, C4 blows another one,"
So, what do you have for sponsors on your race car, Carl?
I got Fairmont Body Shop, Scott and us, Fairmont Body Shop, and Perfinium Financial, a Perfinium Bank out of Owatonna, Mankato, and Fairmont, and then Al Ackerman Farms. He did a little bit of, I sure could use more sponsors, But,
yeah. So if there's anybody out here going to be watching this racing show with me and Mr. Carl Wade, and you want to help him out, reach out to Carl Wade and on Facebook, or definitely or on Messenger, I should say. And Carl will gladly appreciate the sponsorship on his race cars as he gets further into his racing career. So, Carl, let's talk about what you have for big races coming up this season yet.
Well, I got my biggest race coming up here is Jackson Nationals. I'm running the UMSS, Upper Midwest Sprint Car Series, and Mid American Renegades. But I'm going to run a wing car. I'm going to put a wing on it for the 30th of July. So last couple weeks ago, or 4th of July weekend, I was up at Cedar Lake. I ran Friday night non-wing.
Okay.
And then I decided they knew I had a wing because I showed up there last year with a wing on it, and I was going to try a wing a few laps, then take the wing off, run non-wing. And Ron just asked me if I was going to bring the wing up for Saturday. I said, well, I only got a 2-barrel. Well, you're playing. There's other guys that run 2-barrel. You'll keep up. And my gosh, I kept up, but I had to start in the back because I was a rookie. So then we had over 30 cars, so I had to start back at the B. And of course, they only took the top 4. But that was a rocket, and I kept up with them, and it's just, it was bittersweet because we're lining up to put heat in the motor with all these outlaw guys and stuff, and I'm sitting right along Brad Sweet, down strapped in my car, ready to fire the motor up, and it's like, I cannot believe my dream has come true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to it,
yeah.
the motor I got in the car now, I got out of my grandma's 1976 Malibu, you know,
Okay.
and my brother Todd and come to Jackson couple a month ago or so and watched me, and they were just tickled pink that, that I got this thing going, and that I told them that this is the motor out of grandma's car. And, I had it in the B mod and I blew it up and I had it sleeved and I had it bored out and stuff. And right now she's running good, and then, I'm just living a dream right now that just, I've been working on it for a long time. And I mean, it ain't cheap, but, I've sacrificed some meals for some popcorn, just so
Oh
I can
yeah.
buy
Oh yeah.
my
Yeah.
priorities, race car parts or food, so I can
Oh
live on
yeah.
some popcorn. But, um, I got a good friend, Al, that helps me out. But after that Saturday night with the Outlaws, he's like, "Did you ever think you were going to be where you're at and doing really good at it?" I said, "I never thought I'd be doing, or I never thought I'd be where I'm at, but I always thought I'd be good at it because I always dreamt about, I'd watch races, sprint races with Jackson and follow the Outlaws and stuff. And I always, in Open Wheel magazine back in the day, we had this Open Wheel magazine that come out. That's the only thing I wanted for Christmas is a subscription to Open Wheel magazine.
Oh yeah.
I could picture myself sitting in that car, and where I think I might have went wrong with the B mod is I tried to drive it like a sprint car,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's totally different. And I'm learning the sprint car world, and the family is just so close.
Oh yeah.
They're willing to borrow you something. If you need something, they'll help you out to go fast,
Yeah.
and we try to stay safe and everything. So that's the big thing. The safety equipment's expensive.
Oh, I hear you there. I hear you there. So
It,
Carl, who is your racing hero? Who's the race car driver you look up to?
you know, uh, Brad Doty was my favorite back,
Yeah.
because I met Brad Doty in '86,
Okay.
um, and a year before he got in that wreck and got
Oh yeah.
paralyzed and stuff. But all of them outlaw guys, anybody that if
Yeah.
you're, I look up to all of them. There isn't a bad driver out there. And
Oh yeah.
so a lot of anybody with a wing, and then anybody. I always remember watching ESPN, the Thursday Night Thunder or whatever, and what the Silver Crown cars, and um, I don't know, everybody, they're so talented, and but when I was sitting alongside all of them guys, I'm one of them. They're just like they just got a bigger pocketbook and they made it further, and they got started. I can't I can't regret anything because if I regret it, I wouldn't have the things I have today. You
Okay.
know, but I got 9 more days till the next race, so
Oh yeah.
I need more laps, lap
Oh yeah.
time, seat time is the biggest thing. Cause you only get like 40 laps on a weekend, if
Oh
you're
yeah.
going
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
run
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. So who helps work on your race car, Carl?
Colin helps me out a little bit, my boy Colin, and he's getting to know how to set up and stuff, and what to do in the pits, because we'll see the track change. It's going to go dry slick. A lot of tracks are going to go dry slick, be
Oh yeah.
tacky for a little bit, but um, mainly I do. I build my own motor and stuff,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's the only way I could do it.
Oh yeah.
And then experimenting and asking questions, and but I got to know Johnny Parsons the third. He's helped me out quite a bit, as far as some setup stuff and some parts and buying some stuff cheap. It's cheap to race, Josh. It's expensive to finish up front.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So Carl, let's talk now. What is your 5-year plan with racing?
Well, right now I'm 51 years old, and I want to go as long as I can, live life as the fullest because life is short.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, you and I both know it's short.
Oh yeah.
We've lost some dear people, that
Oh
were
yeah.
close to us, and um, I'd like to go as long as I can, and hopefully, it'd be nice if I could find somebody to borrow me a 410 motor.
Oh yeah. So Carl, what's your 10-year plan with racing then?
10-year plan, well, Josh. I'll be 61 then.
Yeah.
I'd like to get Colin would have to get a bigger seat, but I like to see him get into one,
Yeah.
but I got my little goals. My goal is to finish the race. Next goal is to finish on the lead lap. If I finish on the lead lap, I'm really happy. But I tell you what, Josh, that when I put that wing on there, it was a rocket. After the second lap, it was flat footing it.
Okay.
And it's because I looked at my lap times and stuff between Friday night running the non-wing. My fast lap was 81 something on a 3/8 mile at Cedar.
Okay.
Then I jumped to the wing. That went up to 91.
Wow.
That's 10-mile-an-hour difference, and
Oh yeah.
it just goes so fast. Just want
Oh
more
yeah.
seat time.
Yeah.
But the biggest expense right now is the fuel to get to the track.
Oh yeah. I hear you.
So, and I got a low budget operation with the open
Yeah.
trailer, nice open trailer and stuff. But
Yeah.
I like to show it, and stuff, and yeah, and I'm just
Yeah.
uh,
Carl, also, so when you're at the racetrack, what helps get you fired up to get in that race car?
well, I try to not be rushed,
Yeah.
but I find myself when I get to the track, I'm rushed,
Yeah.
because I sign in, I go draw off my bill. It's funny. Last week I told Colin, I said, yeah, if I draw a good number, I'll start up front or something. I draw a good number, I think I'll stay there. I drew a 99.
Whoops. Whoops.
And Colin said, you'll draw a 99. I drew a 99. So, but it just kind of I really don't get nervous or nothing. It just goes away. And there was a time there was a red flag, and I got a GoPro in the car, and I'm just sitting there all calm, cool, and collective. It just it just goes away. The nerves go away, and you just want to drive. And but I find myself, and what Al tells me, that I drive really good on a dry slick track.
Okay.
And
Okay. Okay. So what is your home racetrack you race on?
well, my home track would have to be Cedar Lake, but I would like to call my home track Jackson, but I've only
Yeah.
raced it a couple times.
Oh yeah.
'Cause that's the area I grew up at.
Oh yeah.
So where I live now in Dexter, we got Deer Creek down there, but we don't run no sprint cars. This is modified country over here where
Oh
I'm
yeah.
at,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But I'd like to get over to Wisconsin and try to run with the Wisconsin wingless sometime.
Oh
And
yeah.
um, we're trying to get some more cars. I wish some guys would trade their modifieds in for some sprint cars, because UMSS, in the Mid America, it's a cheap class to get into.
Yeah.
Once you got it,
Yeah.
it's not really cheap, but if a blue collar guy like me,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I like to, yeah. I mean,
So
I would,
Carl, so you've got Cedar Lake is the closest one to you now in Deer Creek, but you can actually call your home track as Jackson. That's pretty cool that you're
yeah,
able to call your Jackson your home track.
yeah. And we have 3 shows in Lansing this year. Chateau Speedway. We just did our second one last week. We got another one coming up. The 17th, 8th, or excuse me, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So be down to Algona,
Okay.
Iowa, and then we go to excuse me, then we'll go to Chateau and then Jackson. So I'm really looking forward to go to Jackson, because there'll be a lot of people there.
Oh yeah.
So I hope I don't wreck it on
Oh yeah. No doubt. No
Thursday or
doubt. No doubt.
Friday.
No doubt.
But it's 2 hours away up, up to Cedar. It's 2 hours to Jackson. It's 2 hours to Algona, and it's only 15 minutes to Lansing Chateau. So, if I could afford to go to all the races, I sure would. I'd like to go up north and run with the Northern Renegades sometime too. But I want to get as much seat time as I can.
Oh yeah. So Carl, do you have a racing nickname?
Well, not really, but back in the day when I wanted to race, they always called me Race Car Carl.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
but
Okay.
not really a nickname, unless somebody calls me some bad names or something. But I think I'm gaining some respect from these guys that have been running for 10, 15 years, because I'm staying out of the way. I'm keeping up, and there was a couple times where I smoked quite a bit, because I get so much pressure in the motor, it'd blow
yeah.
the head, the valve cover gaskets out. You know, I was thinking it was
Yeah.
sucking them in, but I got so much pressure. So I'm living and learning, trying to just do it right. You know,
Oh yeah.
I got last year I was looking for a seat because you couldn't find a seat. They were 6 months out or whatever because of
Oh yeah. Yeah.
COVID.
Yep.
And I was looking for a suit. Well, I happened to find one on Facebook. And it was from Dalton Johnson. So my on my suit, the legs say Johnson on it, you know, so but nobody really pays attention to it. But
Yeah.
you know, and I don't know. I'm happy about it. And
Oh yeah.
Colin, Colin tells me I gotta settle down a little bit because I talk about it too much. Well, that's all I live about. That's all I live
Yeah.
for. You
Yeah.
know, I go to work, I come home, I work on the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Exactly. So Carl, when you're at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack?
my favorite thing to eat. I don't really know. It'd be nice to have a good steak sandwich or something, but usually I just drinking my liquids and keeping hydrated. You know,
Okay. Okay.
um, I guess you know I'll eat anything.
Okay. So Carl, when you're away from the racetrack, what do you like to do away from the racetrack?
I'll watch YouTube races, watch in-car cameras from other people, other guys. You
Okay.
know,
Okay. Okay.
I watch a lot of Jake Kuba. You
Okay.
know, run his in-car cameras, and then
Yeah.
I like to watch myself too, and
Oh yeah.
find I see where I need to improve in my driving, and because I'll compare my driving to Jake's. You know, I need to go in harder, but there's that fine line. I don't want to cross that
Oh
that
yeah.
fine
Oh yeah.
line
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
and wreck
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
And wreck it. So, and
So when you go out to eat, then where do you like to eat? Where do you like to go out to eat at?
I usually go to the Oasis here in Dexter because that's pretty much all we got here.
Okay.
But
Okay.
um, uh, I like to cook too. I like to cook. Just
Okay. What's your favorite thing to cook?
favorite thing to cook. Oh, anything hot dish, anything beef,
Okay.
steaks,
Okay. Okay.
you know,
Okay.
hamburgers. Try anything.
Alrighty. So Carl, is there anybody out there you'd like to give a special thank you to for helping you get this far with your racing career?
Well, I'd like to thank RNS Grain Systems, who I work for, to putting up with my, you know, that I go out there and wash the car and stuff, and
Yeah.
um, I gotta thank Al Nutt for being there, and give me some inspiration because he knows how it was a lifelong dream, and I gotta thank my family for finally for being proud of me,
Oh
you know,
yes.
because they they kind of I don't know if they thought it was a pipe dream, and I kind of thought it was a pipe dream at one time, you know, but hey, dreams come true if you work for it and you know work
Oh, yeah.
at it, you know, and um I gotta thank Colin for helping me out because
Yeah.
he gives me some criticism, and, you know, it tells me how I should drive it and stuff, and it's like you ain't even been in this rocket, you know. It's
Oh yeah.
oversized car, it's a whole different deal, but there's a lot going on inside there, you know.
So what's the worst thing you've had happen to you as a race car driver, Carl?
What's the worst thing that's happened to me? Not
Not
Not much. The worst thing that happened was Amy having to be give me the choice of family or race car, and I had to hang the race car up.
yeah.
You know. Well, and
Yeah.
I drove a Dave Roqueford's car. I worked for Nasby's at the time, and he said if I just show up with my helmet, you know, I could drive the car. I showed up with my helmet, but I had brand new tires all the way around on it, and that thing wasn't set up. I just went right to the wall first 3 nights.
Ooh. Ooh.
So I took it to
Ooh.
the frame rack and I straightened it out, and I took it home and scaled it out myself. Then I started finishing races, you know.
Already.
So,
Already. Ready. Ready.
but the sprint car is wholly different, you know. It's a it's a rush, and it happens
Yeah.
to us.
But
But as far as wrecks or something, I really haven't. You know, I've been pushed into the wall, but
yeah.
and then Amy didn't like that. She'd say, "You work on that thing all week long, just so you can go wreck it Friday night." And I was like, "I suppose." I hope not. But
But I want to thank you very much for being on the racing show with me tonight, Carl, talking to us about your racing career and getting to know you a little bit better as a race car driver, and you know, learning about you as where your passion comes from.
yeah,
So Carl, like I said, thank you and your team for being a part of this with me tonight. I will let you step out and I'll call you in a little bit to thank you in person. I'm going to
Yeah.
give a little racing news update and I will call you here shortly.
Hey, you're gonna come to Jackson down Pitts with me, right? On the
I'm going
20th.
to be I'm planning on being at the Jackson Nationals. I've
All
got
right.
a camera, I've got a tripod, and I've got the microphone. So
All right.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, love you, Josh.
Love you too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
See ya.
proud of you. All right, later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
There we go.
All right.
Whoops.
You want me to hang up on you or what?
Yeah, go ahead and hang up. Yeah.
All right, later. Hey, was I supposed to push that record button? No.
I hit it on my side. So yeah.
All right, later, everybody.
Yeah. Later.
You're still there. I'm trying to hang up. All right. How do I get off this? Next. Are you gone?
Your picture's gone, but I still see your background picture. You should be able to just exit out. Should be able to just exit out someplace.
X. Are you gone?
I'm still here, but like I said, I still see a picture of your race car.
Oh, you're my race car. That's all right. Everybody else can see it too.
Yeah.
All right. Technology, Josh, I tell you.
I hear you.
Open. If I just shut my phone off, will I leave?
Yes. Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving a little racing news update coming on here. Kyle Busch still has not found a sponsor going into the 2023 racing season next year. So we'll see where this leads him. If he's going to be continue to search for a different ride or where he's going to end up. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Bubba Wallace, they don't know if he's going to be back after 2023 in the 23 and 11 racing team. So we'll see what happens there also, ladies and gentlemen. But also, going racing wise, Alex Palou is committed to Chip Ganassi Racing for next year. So all those speculations about him going to Arrow McLaren for next year, that is all a false rumor. He is staying right with Ganassi. So definitely stay tuned for that. Also, congratulations to Brett Marks and the number 19 World of Outlaw Sprint Car team for winning the Kings Royal and the night before the Kings Royal events out in Rossburg, Ohio. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and step out of here for the night. You guys have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to sponsor my racing show, feel free to text me at jjnolan151 at gmail.com. You can email me at that, or you can text or call me at 712-209-7138. And also be sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification button on my YouTube channel, the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you have a good night and have an awesome race week.